Cool.
Hello?
Is this Mr. Smiley's heaven tonight?
Actually,
Angels, shit everywhere, shit's going good.
we're actually
Heavenly.
doing an episode of KC Anthem, believe it or not. It's
Oh
been a while.
shit, I thought that was banished and buried into the earth deep and did no longer exist.
Not quite yet, but if we keep having such a poor viewership, then it could happen.
Bury it tonight. It's worthless.
Well, I think tonight might actually save the show because we have a guest here with us, Billy Bill. You've
Billy
met him.
Bill. Billy
got-
Bill, snapper.
You've met him. You know CL Wilson.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
We got Whiskey Wilson, CL Wilson.
Played the bonfire bash. The guy with the stand-up.
Yeah.
I don't know what the technical term for this is, but I got a buddy of mine that actually has a bass like that. And I believe I talked to him about that night.
I did talk.
It's got the with electric bass. I don't know what they call it, but it's really small, like bass. I don't know. And it can be played with a bow, like a violin.
He can hear you right now too. If you want to talk to him through the mic.
It's an electric stand-up bass. It's kind of so you don't have to drag around the doghouse and smash it all around and scratch it up.
Yeah, it's like a real confined, small version
Yeah,
of
it's
the
easy
bass,
to
but it
throw in the
sounds
truck and
amazing.
scoot.
Same.
Well, what's going on tonight, Whiskey?
About halfway down on a 175. I moved up to a 175. No longer do I do fifths a night. It doesn't work anymore. It just gets you started. If you buy a fifth, the bad part about it is you're going to have to drive back to the gas station or the liquor store another hour and a half. So if you start off with a 175, for right now I would say you're pretty worry-free, but eventually you're going to work up the tolerance of being able to do that at night.
Words of
right
wisdom. That's words of wisdom.
Hammer down on a 175 the cheapest rock whiskey you could ever imagine.
Are you there with Ben Schiffelbush, General? The General?
I'm not here with General Von Schiefelbusch, but I'm here with Mac Bagsack.
Oh.
Nice announcements for you guys.
That's awesome. Well, at least we got one of you guys there to talk to.
Nah.
So, can we talk to Mac Bagsack? I heard that he has something to talk about as far as paranormal investigation.
Mac Bagsack, put down your KC leader and get over here.
Yeah, we're live, you know. I guess.
Well, he's busy listening to Bushwick Bill.
Oh, he can call back then. You want him? Is he gonna call back?
Right now, at this very moment, there are orbs that are constantly floating throughout this house and manifesting themselves from the PC.
From the PC. This is coming from the personal computer of yours.
Yes, there are many, many orbs that are floating out of it. They are floating sideways and then diving down to the floor.
What do you okay, so what do you think the cause of this is? What could be causing this? What are the steps?
Perhaps it's a past life invading on present time, or it could be. Oh, shh. Dude. Dude, did you hear that?
I saw it.
Dude, did you hear that? It went through the phone.
I did.
Skyped.
Oh man.
It totally Skyped. Now it's over there somewhere. It's not here anymore. It totally Skyped.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just received a ghost transmission from
Dude,
Mac
I totally
Bagsack.
got goosebumps. Something has just passed through me and gone through the phone.
What should we do if it comes out of the computer?
Yeah, it's probably already in the room now.
What did you do?
Make sure you have video footage. Switch to night vision. Put down a static night vision camera. Place an X on the
we gotta
floor.
turn the lights off. Is probably what we should do, right? Should
Place an X on the floor.
We should turn the lights off. Turn the light switch off over there, and then we gotta hit that switch over there, and we'll still have night vision with some of these cameras.
Okay, but you can't open yourself up to these entities because a partial possession may happen.
Well, I'm not doing a seance here, but I do want to see if these things actually exist. Oh my goodness! All right, we've got video rolling. We've got night vision video rolling in here. We're checking to see if there's actually ghosts that have been transmitted from Mac Bagsack's computer to our computer via Skype.
Now this is just a guess. It could very well be an entity from Los Perales Fort out in Florida. I'm not sure on that, but it could be spirits and entities sometimes follow you.
What is that? A specifically bad place? What is the deal with this Los Perales Fort?
Lots of Spaniards and lots of Native Americans died there. They were chained to walls. They were hung upside down and waterboarded. Many, many, many bad things happened there.
So they were hung upside down and waterboarded, eh? That'll definitely cause this.
No, lots of people to this day think that George W. Bush invented waterboarding, but it was actually a form of torture that was used hundreds and hundreds of years ago on the Native Americans.
Is that for real?
Yes, no, that is absolutely real. They were tortured, chained to walls, and then sent to die in a hospital that was only 4 feet by 8 feet.
I've never heard that shit. I don't know. I'm sorry for cussing there, Kansas City. Even though it is dark, you can still hear me.
No, sometimes you just have to do your research on the properties that you go and do investigations on.
Well, I mean, you just transmitted this through the Skype to me, and now we're sitting
here
in the dark.
It came back. Hold on. Shh, shh, shh.
Okay, so it's back. It's back over there now.
Wait,
we don't have to deal with this now.
Dude. Did you hear that?
What?
It sounded just like Bushwick Bill. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God.
Who is Bushwick Bill?
This is really creeping me out. I don't feel good, dude. This is weird. There's something here, and I don't know what it is. But I think it's giving me diarrhea.
Something. Yeah, good impression.
All right. I got to give the phone back, dude. I have to go sit on the toilet. Hold on.
Okay. Give it back to Whiskey.
Nice.
Well, so that was interesting. I think we can turn the lights back on now, Will. Just those one sets over there will
There's a lot of paranormal shit going on right now.
All right.
I don't know. It's pretty weird now.
That was pretty extreme. We were trying to make contact with the paranormal there. It didn't happen for us.
I think I'm being haunted by an ex-Elmagways worker right now.
Dude, I don't know. How's my hair look? Does my hair look okay?
Dude, something's moving.
Does my hair look good?
Your hair's
Just
spiking.
tell me that my hair looks good,
It's
dude.
spiking itself right now.
Tell me that my
Oh
hair
my
looks
God.
good.
Holy shit! Oh my God. I'm haunted by the salt demons.
The salt demons haunt me too, so thanks for sending them my way, man, because they've already been hanging out for a while. I just got more added.
Hey, and this ain't gonna make any sense to any of it. Tell Will we're gonna share some chocolate.
You guys, that makes plenty of sense.
Sounds like you already did.
It makes plenty of sense to me. Are you sharing chocolate over there? Is that going on?
I don't know. There's something that comes out of people's refrigerators that could be good to share. I don't know yet.
Wow. Well, maybe I should give you a call.
It's up in the air.
Okay. Well, so we've been here with Billy Bill, and we've been investigating the paranormal since this interview started abruptly with you actually calling, Whiskey. That was when the interview started.
Well, I figure since no one else would ever call on your show, I might as well do it.
You're not kidding. Oh, I know, you're not kidding at all. I wish that was funny. Yeah, but it's not. It's a serious. Serious thing.
If you can't take the serious shit as being funny, then you might as well just shoot yourself. So live in the now.
No, I won't do that because I've got Billy Bill here, and he just did some awesome performances for us before the show.
Oh man, playing live shit. So
yeah,
you can stream live. That way I can watch it right now.
We do have calling me out on the not streaming live, huh? Well, I tell you what, man, I would go live, but it's how hard it is. You know how much of a pain it is. And you know that there's actually not the right software.
If it ain't hard, then it ain't worth doing.
Well, yeah.
Just bring it.
Just sitting up here is pretty difficult, but not when I'm talking to this caliber of band member. I do have Billy Bill here, and we should probably talk about him a little bit. Do you have a question for him, Whiskey?
Yeah, if I would have saw the performance live, I could have, but now I can't because I didn't hear it.
Say what?
It's like I'm trapped in a non-live world.
It does sound pretty rough. I'm sorry to bring you down.
No. I know he's a badass. He played I can't remember, 2 bands that night out there, actually. I think 2 or 3. We were up on stage a few times. It was really good.
And we're talking about the show. We've got footage of this show. We're talking about the
Bonfire, Total Drunken Obnoxious Bash.
Right. Bonfire, Total Drunken Obnoxious
And it was
Bash.
the drummer that he had with him played all night. It was really good.
Yeah, that was my
Played all the
son.
time.
That was my son, Cody. That's my youngest son.
I gave him mad props, man. I remember talking to Will, like, man, I can't believe that. Like, I would have a hard time, like, pulling off that many different songs, you know? And I play drums as well, and that's a whole other level of type of music and just really studying music theory, probably, to be able to do that.
He's a pretty sharp little guy.
Yeah, no, it was good. It sounded great the whole time. It all sounded great. I loved it. It was way better to go to something like that, you know, and see you guys play some kind of jazz, blues, covers, all that kind of, you know, instead of going to every, you know, you go to any show out here, you got 4 metal bands playing, you know, and it kind of gets monotonous at the time. That was actually really good to go to. I had fun.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
I thought it was really good.
Hell yeah, I definitely had a good time too, and I hope to do it again.
I think if I remember correctly, I actually the party was on Billy Bill's truck. Am I right? Isn't that where we were camping out, drinking, had the bottles going?
I think so.
Hope you didn't mind that, but I believe it was your truck.
I think I partied till I couldn't party.
That's yeah.
That was a
I
general
partied till the sun
consensus.
started to come up and it started pouring rain on my equipment, and I decided to bowl. But it worked.
Until my brother knocked
I
himself
believe
out.
that was on the anniversary of Woodstock. You know, it was all appropriate that
Yeah.
it started raining to begin with, and then we chased it away and kind of rocked
We
the night away anyway.
we had our own personal Woodstock going. I'll give you that much. Shit. Thanks, Will.
Wait for next year.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Bill.
next year. And what was that event called? Well,
That's
Next year I'll bring an ambulance.
That was the 4th annual bonfire bash.
the 4th annual Bonfire Bash.
Yeah.
So, and that'll be going on next year for sure. I would like to say that
The next year that's going down, I'll just put this out right now, that troglodyte is going to come out of the woods and desecrate the whole entire place at midnight.
Troglodyte
Yes.
is also playing on October 3rd at Harley Hot Rods. Big show.
October 3rd at Harley's, September 12th, the most badass show that everyone in the whole entire Kansas City area better come out to.
Right
Yep,
room.
September 12th.
Discreet just put their deal online. They are playing it. It's
Wow,
100%
they're back
official.
on the bill, really? So then that flyer that I have on the wall is somewhat correct again?
It is all correct.
Is
Except
it?
it's Christ hate and not covenants.
Oh, okay, I don't even have that one. Mine says Discreet, Trog, Marasmus, Roman Holiday.
Go to my personal one. It's on there, or I can send it to you. But it's the official lineup is Outside Stage, Night Creation, Watching the Corner, Ape Hanger, Octopus, Serrated. That's outside. Inside Stage is Rowan, Roman Holiday, Marasmus, Troglodyte, Christ Hate, Discreet.
Yeah.
And
If you can beat that show, try.
Brutal.
I just now brought up your page here.
That's at the right one.
We're checking out your website right now, Chris, trying to give you a little bit of promotion here.
Very nothing good about my website.
Inverted audio
Bad.
is your deal, right? You started inverted audio not that long ago, where you've been recording bands and promoting the metal scene around here through your recording skills, right?
Yeah, we're doing next band I'm going to do is what the hell is it called? Oh God, it sounded dumb on air. It used to be Ballistic Catalyst. Chaos Interval. They're called Chaos Interval. I don't know their website, but type it up and listen to them. It's they are a really, really good death metal band, and that's starting right now. And you know me.
And that's from
I
around
ain't gonna promote it if I don't like it. If
Is
I'm
that
telling you
local?
that it's good, you should check it out because they are really
local.
good.
That's a local band we're talking about here.
Yes, they're from Grandview, right where you are, actually.
Really?
The drummer's a really good friend, man. He's always come out to my shows and supports us and all the bands that are crazy death metal, you know, that's what he's into. But go,
Well,
it's Chaos Interval.
I just looked it up, and
INTRVI.
let's talk to Billy Bill for a second before we check that out, because we're neglecting our guest here, and that's not a good thing on KC Anthem. We take pride in something. I don't know what it is. We take
Let
pride
me
in.
check. Hey, like I said, I'm halfway into 175. What can you expect?
Well, so what do you have a question here for for Billy Bill? Did you ask a question already? I can't remember if that happened.
Yeah. All right. Let me ask you. This absolutely no disrespect to any of this, but like you're an older guy that's been around since. You probably been playing what, like the '80s, probably late '70s, '80s.
I started
like
playing
back when, like back in the time, before anybody that's of our age would understand,
I had my
which
first,
is the music I absolutely respect hugely, like Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, shit, anything from back then that's awesome to listen to, like vinyl records. What do you think about vinyl records? Compared to CDs now and MP3s and downloading and just the whole new way of doing things.
Well, it's moving fast for me, but we were talking about that earlier. I'm in the process of taking old records that I made on vinyl and trying to get them passed over to CDs. But it's in the late '60s when I started my first band. I've been playing.
What's that noise? I hear trucks, cars, noise.
That was like the loudest. I don't even know what that was.
Okay, we're back. Sorry, we're back. Go ahead.
Yeah, I put my first band together in the late '60s, and I played all through the '70s, like mostly college towns. And then it was like the '80s before I ever moved around a lot.
Hell yeah. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I could probably help you out, man, if you needed to get vinyls converted to CDs or digital audio, man. I've got a record player, and I've got the right power amp converters that will convert that phono signal into an input on a computer, so I can actually transfer a lot of that stuff.
That'd be really cool.
And I've got hiss, pop, and click removers which will take any errors that are on the vinyls. If you play the vinyl back into the computer and it clicks and pops because of dust on there, I've got removers that'll take care of that, and I can actually make it sound pretty amazing.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Here it is, 10 years into it. I'm just now moving into the millennium.
Hey, but you know what? You guys stick true to what you do, man. Like I said, man, just sit. I've always liked to go out somewhere and see like some jazz musicians or some blues players just sit there and play shit. It doesn't even matter, because it's awesome. You can chill. Everything now is so fast and uptight and belligerent.
Well, I saw.
It's fucked up, to be honest with you. That it's great on its own thing, but you guys were really fucking. It was definitely different. I did not expect it, but I was happy to see it.
I saw it go from a time when one band would book in a bar and play 4 or 5 nights in a row. And now it's the other way around. It's 4 or 5 bands in one night, and if nobody plays more than an hour, it seems like 40 minutes,
Not even an hour. Most bands now, it's like, oh, you got 30 minutes, you better hurry.
Yeah, back in the day,
it's like 6, 7 bands a night. You're exactly right on that. 6, 7 bands a night is what it is nowadays. When you guys, you're used to playing. You guys probably have more songs under your belt that you can play right now than.
Oh, yeah.
10 bands here put together.
Huge repertoire. Back in the day, like at Blaney's, we'd play 5 hours a night, play 5 sets a night, 45-minute sets.
That's awesome. That is the shit right there. That's why I've joined this band, the Booze Hounds. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but it's a lot of covers like, we do like Thin Lizzy.
Cool. That's real cool.
Boys Are Back in Town.
Yeah, that's real
like,
cool.
The Proclaimers, 500 Miles, which is kind of 80s.
That stuff's got some neat twin
stuff.
guitars in it. It's got some neat twin guitars in it.
Yeah, it's fun. You can sit there and learn so many of the songs, and it's different.
I think I forgot
not that it's different because it's not different for you guys. You guys started this kind of stuff. It's different now because no one is doing it now. You know what I mean?
I think I forgot more songs than I can remember.
Oh yeah. Believe me, dude. I probably recorded drums on over 100 songs, and I probably know 30 of them. That's how it is. You forget. It's like that.
CD only holds so much information.
Oh man, it's ridiculous. Yeah, I forget. I play 4 bands live. We'll just start up this tournament that's going to be playing, but it's like. It's like you play in multiple different bands. You don't just stick with one group of people you play with. You jam with a lot of different people, correct?
Yeah, I play with a lot of different bands, yeah.
That is where it's at, because if you can expand your horizon, most bands nowadays, even Will from A-Parent, he knows. Yeah. Burning 15s, he's done that. He's probably done shit before that, and he's done A-Parent. The more different music that you play, the better you're going to become as a musician. If anybody asks me, how do I become a great musician? Well,
I try to jam with
you ain't
everybody
gonna sit there
I can.
you can't sit there and fucking, you basically have to get with different groups of people and play with them until you become good.
Some bands I play like slide guitar and steel in, and some bands I play guitar, some bands I play bass.
You got to get comfortable. You got to be able to, basically just be a complete musician where you can play anything that you want to play.
And he still can't make a living.
Oh no! Yeah, yeah. Well, you had a better chance of making a living doing this in the '60s and '70s than you ever possibly could have now. Even for a band like us or anyone else that's new coming out playing metal, you ain't gonna make no living unless some miracle happens. Some label picks you up that's badass, but it's not gonna happen.
Well, it's all about
rare.
Who cares if we get picked up? It's all about the playing, the heat of the moment.
Yeah, you play in front of, I have a funner time playing, you can play in front of 20 people, you can play in front of, I played in front of probably, I don't know what it's been, say 500 to 1,000 people. That's fun. There are a lot of people there.
Just try to keep it.
What's funner is playing a shithole bar in the middle of nowhere, going out to Ozarks or anywhere else where there's 30 people that have never seen you before. That's awesome. Or the same places that have, the same people that you always play in front of.
I've played for a few and I've played for a lot. Yeah, they got to keep it the same no matter what's out there. It's, fall into the music and feel what it does.
Yeah, you just have a couple drinks, smoke a joint, fucking roll with it, and have at it, man. Whatever goes down, and you're fucking feeling it, and there it is, man.
That's the recipe, man. That sounds like a good recipe.
That's the only recipe I know, man. If you got another one, tell me it.
Yeah.
That's all I can tell you.
I like it.
You do it. You play, shit.
It's time tested.
It is. It's, shit. The people that started that shit been doing that. They just pass it down to us, man. What are you going to do?
Well, you learn their music, you learn everything else they know, too.
Oh, man. Well, I'll tell you. It's a good deal, man. It's a good deal. I totally respect you guys, man. I fucking love it, man. Shit. Oh, shit, you ought to fucking open up for some show down, bring your guys' music into a club show down towards downtown at the Riot Room sometime. There's a lot of people, man. You'd be surprised, man. People be like, oh, man, we got 3 metal bands, and, I don't know how this would go. You'd be surprised, man. Actually, a lot of people that like metal music out there would love that. They would love that.
Actually, Robbie that owns the Riot Room, he's talking to me about doing a matinee. I think maybe he's thinking like a Friday afternoon matinee after work.
Who is it?
The Riot Room. Robbie there.
Yeah, he played
Tim? Who are you talking about? I know everybody from the Riot Room, man. They're all my
talking about Robbie?
best friends that own that place.
Yeah, I'm talking about Robbie. That's who I've been talking to.
Yeah, dude, they would totally, man. They got an inside-outside stage. Friday nights and Saturdays usually have crazy shows with a bunch of bands. But
he's talking about early in the night.
You guys playing on one of ours.
He's talking about early in the night, like a matinee from 7 to 9 or something.
Yeah, there's actually a band I've seen there whenever we play, and I can't think of their names. They do that. They sit up there in little small portable guitar amps,
Yeah.
And they'll play on stage and jam through from 5 o'clock when they open till 9.
Yeah.
Before the actual show starts.
I think Dutch and them guys were doing that. Dutch.
Yeah, they get decent turnouts. People drinking in there, watching, man. That'd be a fucking great deal, man. I say if you can't get hold of them direct, hit me up, man. I can absolutely set that up for you.
All right. Well, thank you.
That's without a doubt, man. But shit. Any metal shows, man, I'm down to change it up, man. You can only listen to so much metal every night, you got 5 bands playing metal.
I disagree. Nah.
Well, dude, it's like a blend. Dude, trust me, dude. If you have let's say you had a metal band open, a metal band play second, and you threw that dude on for 45 minutes of jamming some old school stuff when everybody's getting hammered, it's gonna be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, trust me.
Is.
Tim, the guy that runs the Riot Room. Perfect example. Elkhart, country band.
Right on.
Well,
now, you know Troglodyte, and you know our shit. We've had him come in and play our shows with Cicadas and all the metal bands. You know what? And people loved it. It was awesome. Some of the best response you could ever imagine.
Yeah, man. People like when you mix it up, man. Apron played with Billy Bill 3 or 4 times at least, just in the last year.
Oh, dude, it's way better now than it ever has been. Usually people have always been pretty, here's what I like, and this is it, and screw everything else. It ain't like that. You may think it is, but it's you throw some shit like that, some shit playing some jams, dude. People are gonna be all over it, dude. For real.
It appeals to a wide range of people. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a lot of people who can enjoy it.
The crowd grew up listening to something.
Sure. Yeah.
What they started listening to is shit like that.
Yeah.
Well, you know, most of what I do is just honest, straight up, tell it like it is, and you know, whatever genre you put it in. If you're telling something they relate to, then they like it.
Oh yeah. It's all about a fun time, man. All about a fun time, and we can definitely make it happen, man. Like I said, man, I don't bullshit anybody. If I don't like it, I'll tell you I fucking hate it. I don't really give a shit what anybody thinks, but I love your guys' shit, so, you know.
That's just the whiskey talking.
Yeah.
No. I'm dead serious. You know, I told you that, dude. I remember talking to you because you remember you put your bass up that night. You walked out your car, and I was the one standing there hammered out of my mind. Believe me, I was. But I told you, I was like, oh, dude, that was awesome. I got a buddy of mine that has the same type of bass. Yeah, and he's the bass player from Serrated. Tommy, you guys know him.
I remember you telling me that too. Yeah.
He's got the same. It's not. I don't know if it's the same brand or not, but he brought it over to record some bass tracks. But he used a violin. I don't know what you call it.
You were saying he used a bow, yeah.
Bow, yeah. And dude, I mean, that's badass. If you can take a bass player, and I'm not familiar with that kind of stuff. I play metal, but to be able to do that is awesome. And I've never really you and him are the only people I've ever seen actually use one of those, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're real cool. They're fretless, and so you got to be kind of precise on them. But
you got to know where you're at, and you got to feel it and hear the music.
Once you do that, it feels good. It feels good.
Yeah, it's yeah. You really have to know what you're doing to play that. I need to introduce you to Tommy sometime. If you ever come out to a show or anything, man, you and him, he's a bass player that's really into that kind of stuff, like taking to the next level and just learning the instrument and fretless basses and all that.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, man, I look forward to
project sometime. Hell, you never know.
Right on, man. I look forward to meeting you. That'd be great.
Nah, he's a good dude.
Well, hey, Whiskey, while I got you on the phone, I definitely want to mention the Booze Hound special that just happened.
Why would you?
Mr. Smiley's Hell Booze Hound special.
All I can tell you is do part 2. I'm going to arrange the Doc and Johnny Booze for you.
That 2 thumbs up to that, man. That sounds good. Now, I actually believe that I lost a large part of my fan base due to that first Booze Hounds episode. Nothing to do with the Booze Hounds, but I think it had to do more with the way I carried myself through that 4.5 hours of drinking Budweiser.
If you worry about how you carry yourself or worry about what people think, then you're on the wrong page with me, man.
Exactly, and that's what I figured, right? You got to stay true to the hounds. I wasn't going to be a poser.
You ain't got to stay true to the hounds. You got to stay true to yourself. You do whatever you want to do, and if anybody's going to think any different of it, then you don't want them watching your show. And if you do, then you're probably well on a different level than I am.
Whatever, get your philosophy out of here. I'm talking about staying true to the Booze Hounds, and that's it. That's all I care about.
Stay true to the Booze Hounds. The Booze Hounds rep it, man. They tell you where it's at. Here it is. We're playing. We're fucking hammered. If you like it, you do. If you don't, get the fuck out. We're going to call you out.
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
That one, man.
No, it was a great time. And it was a great time drinking for 4.5 hours and doing that episode. And anybody who...
It was probably the best. Yeah, Ben watched it. Everybody's watched it. It's probably the funniest thing you ever done. But, that's only one person's opinion.
Well, thanks. I'm glad.
Do whatever the hell you want. Don't fucking worry about what anybody else thinks or watches.
I don't really. And that is the direction that we're taking this. Now, KC Anthem is on a path towards... it's on a downward spiral towards the abyss, but no, the reality is I want it to be more like a talk show, and you know this. I've talked to you about this. I don't want it to be all drink fest.
Like I've said, in Casey and Mr. Smiley's Hell, I don't run a show. I don't do a show. I don't know what to tell you. All I know to tell you is figure out which one you want, combine the names together, get something that incorporates everybody understanding what it is, and do whatever one thing you want to do.
Oh, why would I want to do that? You really think that that's my best bet when I have an entire channel that I should limit myself?
I'm not saying it's your best bet. I'm just saying do what you want to do.
Well, what
it's the best bet.
What the hell are you giving me advice for? Quit giving me advice.
Figure out what you want to do and run with it. You can sit there and
I'm doing it.
KC Anthem all day long, or Mr. Smiley's Hell. But if people like Mr. Smiley's Hell, and I think it's better because you know what? You're acting like yourself. You cuss. You do whatever the hell you want. It's better. Why?
Okay, it's better. It's better. But they both have their place. They both have their purpose. And I never wanted to be doing the KC Anthem. I would love for anybody to come take this job away from me.
Say it one more time.
I have never been wanting to do the KC
And don't
Anthem.
fucking do it. Smith Smiley's all. Do it. And that's it.
There needs to be diversity. There needs to be diversity. There's got to be.
I don't do what I don't want to do. No one does what they don't want to do. Don't do it.
I do what I don't want to do every day.
I know you. You don't want to do it. Don't fucking do it. Change it now.
It's brutal reality here, people. This is
Change your whole show to Mr. Smiley's Hill in the middle of the show right now.
I kind of almost did.
That's what you want to do.
I kind of almost did, and I could do that, but I do want to support Billy Bill here. And if we do a Mr. Smiley's Hill, then
I support Billy's Bill. Shit, dude. I'm telling you right now, we'll get him. We'll play some shows together. I'm telling you right now, I am not even bullshit that. That is for real.
That sounds badass, man. I'm glad that came. You know, it's coming together. We need that that kind of togetherness.
You got Will there tonight, dude. It's fucking.
We do.
You know.
Will.
In all honesty, dude, fucking straight up, dude. Fucking when it comes to, and I can speak for everybody in fucking troglodyte. Period. The best fucking band to come out around here at all is A-Banger.
Thanks, man. I think the same with Trog, man. Always.
That's why. Every show we fucking do, man. I'll make sure you I ask you guys to do it at least.
Hey, barbecue throwdown coming up soon.
Yeah, barbecue throwdown. When is that? Hold on, hey,
19.
Mac Bagsack's back. Hold on, I gotta take a piss.
Mac Bagsack's back, everybody. We got Mac Bagsack.
Hello?
Hit the lights!
How are you, Mac? How's it going?
Okay, give me a minute. I'm in the middle of something, but I'm going to go ahead and hand the phone over to General von Schieffelbusch right now.
Okay, yeah, let's see what the General's doing.
Hello?
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, dude?
Hey, long time no speak, man.
Exactly, man. Shit.
What are you up to tonight, dude? We were talking to Mac Bagsack just a second ago, and who handed you the phone, and we had
over here investigating my house, dude. Some fucked up thing about a bobcat that I killed and all this kind of. It's been weird.
Is that like supposed to be against like some sort of religious, or is that what caused the ghost to haunt your house, or you know what?
He just thinks there's some sort of like wild animal entity over here. Dude, he's got gray hair. I mean, come on, Dude, the guy's from Vegas. What do you expect? I mean.
Oh, he came all the way in from Vegas to go over your house and look for the. I mean, he sent the ghost all the way over here via Skype, so I don't think he's actually probably the best person to be handling this.
Yeah, no, dude, he just tries to make his money. He's on that one channel, and they have their series and everything. And hey, whatever. I don't give a damn, dude. I'm over here cooking tacos right now, so.
And that sounds awesome, dude. And I got to see you out at the Booze Hounds event, and you cooked some badass food out there. I know we did talk about that during the Booze Hounds special, but of course I don't remember most of that episode or any of those conversations.
Dude, I'm forever cooking, dude. I'm always cooking. I mean, it's just that's
a beautiful
kind of what
thing.
I do, just cook. So yeah, I actually talked with Will a little bit ago. We're gonna throw down something here. I need to get with him and get some dates lined out and whatnot. But I mean, we still got some fair weather here. We need to get this thing going.
They're coming for the ghost.
Sounds like Big Papa Pump's on his way over. Big Papa Pump, everybody. And cheers to anybody out there who knows what I'm talking about. Seriously. General von Schieffelbusch, what you got the October 3rd show. Let's talk about that for a second. And then we got to incorporate Billy Bill into the conversation because, of course, he's our guest here.
Right on, man. Yeah.
So, how could we possibly incorporate those two topics? You have any ideas?
Well, here's the whole thing: is that there was a picture that got posted up on Facebook not too long ago of some really enticing-looking ribs that actually weren't mine.
Really?
And they belong to Mr. Billy Bill Will Gleason from Ape Hanger. And I talked to him just for a little bit, to try and get something squared away so that we can get this barbecue thing going down. I mean, it's a total trog ape barbecue.
Oh yeah.
Sweet. That sounds like a great time.
It sounds like a good excuse to get drunk.
No, dude, I just from that one picture that I looked at, it should be absolutely fantastic. I mean, no hungry person left behind. There is my conservative quote right there. No hungry person left behind.
I like that, dude. I like it.
That's gonna be child, for that matter. I mean, if there's a hungry child, I mean, we're not gonna leave them behind either. So
sure, a person, yeah, that pretty much incorporates all human beings, right?
Yeah, it's pretty generic, but I mean, hey, whatever, dude. Let's get together and do some barbecue and drink some stuff and have a great time and eat well and live like kings.
Oh, yeah, like kings.
Well, hey, I'm gonna use this the fact that you called in as a way to talk about some of the topics that I have here to talk about during KC Anthem. We usually do have updates during the show, but I've decided against doing the updates during the beginning of the show because I think we should kick off with the artist. So no more doing updates at the beginning of the show. We're going to start doing it somewhere in the middle. Or at the end even.
Do it whenever you need to. That's the whole point right there.
Now, Whiskey Wilson was trying to get me to quit KC Anthem. How do you feel about this? You think this should happen?
I missed that, dude. My wife and my daughter just walked in the door. What was the question again?
Whiskey Wilson is trying to get me to quit KC Anthem because I don't enjoy KC Anthem as much as Mr. Smiley's Hell, so he thinks I should just quit on myself.
Well, no. Here's the whole thing, dude. Is that KC Anthem it's its own company, So I mean, you have like the top end name.
Well, it's its own.
All the other subsidiaries, underneath of it and everything. And Mr. Smiley's Hell should absolutely be the #1 thing because it's it's what you love doing. It's by far the funnest thing to be a part of because of all the craziness that happens. So and it's people love seeing that. I mean, it's like I can sit down and watch world's most craziest cop chases for an 8-hour marathon and just laugh all day.
Sure. Sure. So you could definitely watch a 4.5-hour special of the Booze Hounds. No big deal.
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you watched, man. You and the other 5 viewers of KC Anthem and Mr. Smiley's Hell. But the thing that you're talking about with KC Anthem and the subsidiaries, I don't even know. Subsidiaries. Those things, KC Anthem is just a talk show, basically. And KCAnthem.com has been hosting this talk show, KC Anthem, as well as Mr. Smiley's Hell. But what's going to come in the future and what this channel is called is KC Internet TV. And so it's all under the umbrella of KC Internet TV in reality. At least that's the world I'm living in right now. We'll see.
And hey, dude, that's fine and well. That's great. Sounds awesome.
Now, of course, it doesn't make much sense because I'm running all myself and it all meshes together. But in my perfect world, that's not going to be the case. I'm going to have different hosts and different people tasked to different things of different shows, and they're all going to have different concepts and different plots.
Start bringing in some more national stuff.
Yeah, no, I actually read your article on .com is dead.
Yeah, man, I'm glad you mentioned that. What'd you think about that? It's an interesting idea, right? That's going to be happening.
Yeah, I think it makes it much better because it's like taking the area codes away from the internet. It's removing the 816s and the 913s and the 785s. It's definitely better for search engine optimization because people can actually go to what they absolutely want without all of the, all the bull involved in, trying to Google or Firefox or Network or whatever Explorer you use, to get directly to what they're looking for.
I'll introduce you right now that you brought up this web browser topic, this hot topic of web browsers that everybody's been talking about in mainstream society. No, I'm just kidding. It's just us dorks sitting here on the show talking about web browsers, but Flock is a major web browser that I have discovered recently. I told Will about it, I believe, or no, I think it was somebody else, but I should have told you. I'm sorry. I'm telling everybody now that Flock is a great web browser as far as social networking tool. You just have to check it out. It gives you a whole sidebar of different websites like YouTube, MySpace, and Facebook where you can just click log in and it automatically opens a page and it has all the information stored on the page where you can just click log in and it keeps all your information and your social networks, and it incorporates like Windows OpenID and things of that nature. All these nerdy things and stuff that I've been looking at. I spent a long time the other night. I do have a brand new article out. You just mentioned my article .com is dead, which I'm very proud of. I was very proud to be able to be one of the first people, probably the first person in Kansas City to write about something of that nature, because of course the pitch and the Kansas City Star are too focused on, you know, the stupidest possible thing, the most pointless issue that they can find.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So.
But I just now wrote another article called Sink Me, and everybody should watch it. It's called Sink Me, and it's about the fact that all these websites that we're on now, Facebook and Twitter and Reverb Nation and MySpace and all that stuff, is becoming compatible to where you can sync one site with the other, and when you update information on one site, then it updates it on the other. And
yeah, I caught just a little bit of that. Now that I think about it, I did catch a little bit of that.
Right. So you did check out that article?
Yes. I caught just a little bit of it. And here's another thing. I've got like 9 articles that I'm just going to drop a bomb on you with.
Nice.
They're already written. Some of them are 2 months old, 3 months old, and whatnot. It's just I have not had the time. My life has been upside down, left, right, and sideways.
I feel you. I ain't tripping about it, man. I am appreciative of you writing for me, whether it takes a month or a year to come out, because it's a unique situation having the general writing for myself. So I'm happy about it.
And like I said, I've got them, and they're already on Microsoft Word. So I whatever I can send them to you, you convert or whatever it needs to be done to put them up. But I've got them, and I need to get them to you. But I'm gonna load you up like it'll take you a whole day to pull that one off, because it's just this whole thing with my situation in my life and everything that's going on right now. Finally, all of the BS is done and it's over with, and I'm not tied to anything, and it's a long story, but you know what, at this point right now, I actually have time for myself, and I've been dedicating all of it to the things that I put off for the other things. So, and I've got them, and they're ready to go. I just got to get them to you. I might actually have to like zip file it and send it to you, because I mean it's quite a bit of media.
Well, that's good though, because I need more content, man. So I definitely appreciate it. Definitely do. I was looking at hardenedmagazine.com here. So I think I'm going to be syndicating some of my articles to Hardened Magazine. I didn't know how you felt about maybe being syndicated there. I'm actually trying to formulate ideas on exactly the relationship that I want to have with this Hardened Magazine, and I think that I do want to keep like a KC Anthem article that's its own unique part, like an insert, into the Hardened Magazine. And so
right, yeah.
So
absolutely, but you know what? At the same time, dude, spread yourself out, man. I mean,
sure.
Every window is an opportunity, so you just got to take it.
I'm taking it. I'm doing all I can do as one individual. I wish I was an octopus and had like 4 more arms, 6 more, or whatever. But I'm not, Otherwise, I'd have 8 computers around me, and I'd be typing on all of them at the same time. But can't.
Hey, man, you know what? I'm going to tell you this much right now. I'm going to give you a quote from one of the greatest conservatives that ever walked the face of this planet. And the quote is, whether you can do it or whether you can't do it, either way, you are right. And that is a quote from Henry Ford.
Henry Ford, eh?
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into too much detail on what I know about Henry Ford, but he's an interesting individual.
Yeah, well, you know what? I don't think that his family is worried about the economy right now too much.
No, so. Probably not. No, if we're measuring success, then he was certainly successful. Have you ever heard of the website Delicious? You ever used that?
No, I have not.
That's like it's like a bookmarking website, sort of like, how Dig, you can dig an article on Dig.
Right.
Well, Delicious is a bookmarking thing where you can actually add an article that you like to your page, and it just sends the whole article over there. It's a weird deal, but it's another promotional tool that I have recently tried to get involved in. I'm favoriting articles on internet news and stuff like that because that's what I'm interested in. On my Facebook now, you can get on there and actually see an updated RSS feed about internet news because that's something that I read up on all the time, and I think I want all the fans to know that, and I want all the fans to read up on the internet news too and see how fast the internet is moving and think of ways that they could get involved, and make a difference and not just sit there and do nothing, which seems like most people are doing. Working the 9-to-5 job, not thinking of anything creative to do, live and die kind of thing. That's there's more interesting things to be doing. So everybody needs to get involved with that stuff as far as I'm concerned. That's just me though.
No, dude, that sounds awesome. But hey, real quick, I'm going to interject here. My daughter has arrived at the homestead. Okay,
so whatever happened to Whiskey Wilson?
I'm gonna put her on the phone real quick just to say hi.
Okay, please do. Please do. The General's daughter.
Yes, exactly. Hold on just a moment here.
Hello?
Hey, is this the General's daughter?
Yeah.
How are you? How are you doing this evening, ma'am?
I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad. I'm sitting here with a couple great local Kansas City artists. One of them's not so local. I'm sure he's been everywhere. Do you maybe have a question for either one of these individuals? I've got Will from Ape Hanger, and I've got Billy Bill. He's in a band called the Whiskey Shivers, and amongst other things, amongst others. Yeah, so you are the daughter of the General, and you're probably pretty familiar with the musical scene around here. You maybe have a question for our guest?
Do I have a question?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just any question that's on your mind. Anything you would want to know from either one of the people that's here as a guest on KC Anthem.
How long have they been playing?
Very nice.
Good question. I've been playing about 12 years or so in a band for 8.
Yeah, this is Billy Bill here. I've been playing, I guess I got my first guitar when I was about 13. So I've been playing about 45 years.
Wow, 45 years.
Yeah.
That's a good question, General's daughter. What's your name, ma'am?
Ashley.
Ashley von Schiffelbush?
Yeah.
Well, it's good to be talking to you, and
you're
on KC Anthem. You have a question for
Have you seen your dad's band?
You've seen Troglodyte play, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Pretty good stuff? Pretty high quality?
Yeah, they're my favorite.
Yes, me too. So we got something in common.
We all agree.
Yeah, I hope you keep watching KC Anthem episodes, and you might ask your dad about watching the Mr. Smiley's Hell. I don't know. But KC Anthem is an all-ages deal. Mr. Smiley's Hell is a little crazy.
Okay. Do I have to go, Daddy?
Yes, you have to go. Don't mind.
Okay, I have to go. Here's my daddy.
All right.
Bye.
Good to talk to you, Ashley.
Bye-bye.
Hey, come here. All right, don't keep them waiting. So, all right, I'm back.
Badass, man. Badass. I'm glad you let me talk to Ashley. That was pretty cool, dude.
Yeah, she was actually at the October 3rd obituary show, her first Trog show ever.
Nice.
October 3rd, isn't that the show that you got coming up? Is it October?
Oh no, excuse me. Chris just corrected me here. It was not the Trog or the obituary show. It was the Iced Earth show.
Is there? I think there's a cricket in here somewhere.
Yeah, I'm outside.
Oh, is that you? Is that coming through on you?
Yeah, there's crickets all over this place, dude.
And ghosts, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. We're being attacked. It's that ghost. Yeah, maybe we should turn the lights off again. We did have an interesting little interlude where we turned the lights off and proved that our cameras are actually better than any HD camera that you could buy because they have night vision built into them. And
nice. Okay, hey, I got CL Wilson here. He's asking for the phone.
All right, thank you, General.
There you go. Good to talk to you guys, man. Thank you very much.
See you, man.
Tell Mac Bagsack I said hi, and I'll talk to him later.
I will tell him, but I'm pretty sure he's putting down duct tape X's and trying to get some EVPs right now. So, here's CL Dub.
All right, man.
You there?
Yeah, we're here, dude.
Are you ready for my last words? You got something to ask me quick, because it's gonna be good.
I do. Actually, I want to ask you a question. And this is for you and Billy Bill.
I don't give a fuck. Go ahead.
What don't you like about Kansas City?
What don't I like about Kansas City? Does that aim just towards me? Because I'm not going to speak for anyone else.
Oh, that's definitely an individual question for each one of you, and you both answer individually.
Well, who's first?
What I don't like about Kansas City has to do with the way they run live music in Kansas City. It does not have anything to do with individual bands because they can't help it. What I don't like about Kansas City that you don't see anywhere else, and the only reason I can comment on this intelligently is because I've played a lot of different places outside of Kansas City, which a lot of bands haven't done. What I don't like about it is the fact that this starts back in 2007. I can analyze this whole thing. 2006, 2007. When the scene, if you want to call it a scene, which I don't even like the word scene now, just bands playing. Back then, bands were quality. You had quality bands. You had Out of the Suffering, Moray, Obsidian Shore was back around back then. Shit, what else was going on back then? There's like Violent by Design was going on. There's a bunch of good bands, and a bunch of bands fell away and stopped playing and, died out. Nowadays, in my personal opinion, it's way too easy for a band to be able to play a show. Not saying that, well, I guess I'm saying it is wrong. Bands can get on a show without credentials, which is causing a bad situation. I am not naming names. The good bands are, you know what I mean? Like, a band gets together and comes up with 5 songs that aren't even polished, can open up a show anytime they want to. And it oversaturates the scene. And that's why you have shows where there's such a high demand. Anytime a show comes through anywhere, the promoter of that show or anyone gets called, we want to play. They're not ready to play yet. They need to spend another 3 or 4 months in the basement, practicing. There ain't nothing against them. I'm just saying, they need to fucking do. I've seen a lot of bands where I watch on stage and I'm like, how the fuck are you on stage right now? Why would you even do this? Because you ain't ready. You got 15, 20, 30 people in the bar going, what the fuck is this? That ain't good. Spend more time, dude. It's like with any of the bands. I'm sure Will knows about this shit, dude. Troglodyte. We were a band in 2005, but you know what? We spent a year writing, recording, jamming before we ever fucking went on stage to play anywhere. Yeah. It's like you gotta fucking, and it's I can't necessarily say it's the band's fault because, shit, if I was joining, I'm being a kid or playing, I want to play live, I want to play, let's do this, shit, I'm gonna fucking call everyone up and we're gonna fucking jam and we're gonna play. It's good, but it's bad. Because a lot of shows are oversaturated with way too many bands on one show, or bands that suck because they haven't had enough time to be in the basement playing. Yeah. And it doesn't fucking, like I said, I ain't gonna name names because I ain't fucking like that. But there's a lot of bands that are fucking playing that shouldn't be playing yet. Too many new bands that are coming out all the time that aren't there yet. When I hear a new band that I like, it's amazing to me because there's so many bands that are not ready yet, but have potential.
You know, and there's people that are coming to our shows saying the same shit to me because, you know what, I don't know what it is, but, you know, every time I got to play a fucking show, I'm fucking playing last. Always. Troglodyte play last, play towards the end. Well, the fans don't want that. I don't want to wait through a whole bunch of bands that aren't that great to get to fucking see you guys play at the end. Not saying that we're the greatest thing ever. Hell no, I'm not like that, and we ain't that. But there's a lot of shit you got to put through to see the band you want to see sometimes nowadays. With any band, any national act that comes through town. A lot of crap you got to sit and listen to, and then by the time that gets on stage, you're like, you know?
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
that's why we got to keep putting together shows like September 12th.
You know what I'm saying? Will, right? Will, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to fucking call anyone out, but you know what I'm saying with the angle of shit that's going this way, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I can't do that, you know? It's fucking weird nowadays, you know? You gotta... It seems like if you're going to put on a show or play a show, you got to have 7 fucking bands, you know? Fuck that.
Yeah,
there's a show going on fucking October 30th, Lawrence, Kansas. Terry Taylor from Hunt Industries, good friend of ours, likes Trog. Dude, their Halloween show, it's going to be fucking, you know, Hammerlord, and then I think they're going to do their, from what they were saying, they're probably going to do their Misfits cover band, and Trog's the only band they want on it with them. Dude, 3 bands. Yeah. If you put a show on that has 3 or 4 tops, I mean, you get to the 6, 7, 8 bands on a night, dude, that's fucked. Because no one's going to get to play any longer than 20 minutes, and any band that's real and is doing their shit has got a 45-minute set. So the band's getting fucked when they start. They don't deserve that. Any show you're going to see me put on, or Troglodyte shit, which is, I mean, I don't know if anybody pays attention to what's going on right here, but, and you know, the only 2 fucking promotion companies I even fucking dig or like around here that deserves credit is Live Evil and No More Tomorrow, which is Trog. If anybody sees a show like the Metal Massacre or anything, Harley Hot Rods, anything that's going on, is No More Tomorrow. That's pretty much me. You know, I'm handling that. No More Tomorrow is me on shows. But anything you're going to see from anything that we have on now that's coming on later, I'm going to put on shows that has 3 bands, 4 tops, to where every band can play as long as they want to and have a good time, drink, fuck it, you know. Too many fucking... You get done playing, you got to rush your shit off stage. You ain't got time to hang out with anyone before you know it. It's 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
That shit's over with me, dude.
So you said you had something to say at the end of the show. What was that? What else did you have to say besides?
Fuck you.
Okay, thank you.
Not really. I'm just saying, yeah, fuck, you know, just drink your asses off. Drink a lot of McCormick whiskey. It's good for you.
That was it? No way. I thought you were
skills up.
You're gonna rant about something. What are you gonna rant about? You gotta talk trash on somebody.
I don't have anyone I really want to talk trash on. I just want to bring it up to be something so you can be let down.
Okay. Well, thanks. We're all let down.
Works.
And we've been on the phone with you since we started the show. It's the longest phone call we've ever taken on KC Anthem. It's probably the longest phone call I've ever taken in my life.
Yeah, you know what? And you need to send me a check for that phone bill, by the way. When I get it, I'll send it to you because, yeah.
Is it after 9? No, it's not probably. So that was all on your phone bill. Dave Faustino just sent me a message, but I'm not gonna.
Nice. Well, I'm sure that means something.
Yeah.
Bud Bundy.
He's watching. Dave Faustino, thanks for tuning in. But yeah.
Tell fucking Billy Bill I said he's a shit. Fucking we'll jam sometime. Tell fucking Will.
Yeah.
September 12th, we shall drink many of Crown shots together, and you can go drink some salt.
I'll be one of the early bands. I'm sure you're gonna be one of the late ones.
What's that?
I'll be one of the early bands. So I'm sure you're gonna
I
be
want
one
to
of the
trade
late
you
ones.
spots, dude. If I can, seriously, it's my show and I'm getting shafted. How bad is that?
Yeah, no kidding. That's kind of messed up.
Yeah, Wilson will be running amok. Be fucking staying sober the whole night.
And I'll be there. I'm in charge of the outside stage, right?
Thank you. You are now. Well, you can be.
Well, I thought I was. You've been telling.
I mean, there's no really in charge. It doesn't exactly involve any kind of detail.
I didn't think it was too much.
Big deal. But
I didn't think it was going to be too much to handle.
We'll see what happens when September 12th comes around and it's pouring rain.
That's probably the reality is what's going to happen there. Well, we're going to let you go and finish off the interview with Billy Bill. Probably sit here and talk to him for a while still. And so thanks for calling in and directing this interview.
You motherfuckers better have some alcohol there, right? Y'all drinking?
Yeah, I'm drinking some ham special.
Everyone drinking? You guys partaking, smokage, doing the shit?
Know it.
I quit smoking cigarettes.
It ain't KC Anthem asking. This is Wilson asking, so you can answer it.
Right.
Right? Correct?
Yep, you're right. They answered.
Okay,
I said correct.
Kick ass, because I'm gonna try to get involved myself and shit. All fucking, you know.
Yep.
I'm sure we'll meet at El McGuay's somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere down the road we will meet in El McGuay's, my friend.
Right on.
All right.
Shit. Later, y'all.
Later,
whiskey.
That was it was an hour and 20 seconds. Wow. We just were on the phone there. So that was definitely a record. That was a record for the show, and Billy Bill was here to be a part of that. It's never happened before. I couldn't imagine us really talking to people for that long, maybe even ever again. So we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah,
we should watch
a lot to say, so.
We should watch a video. They did. Fun. We talked to 3 individuals. We talked to Mac Bagsack, General Von Schiffelbush, and Whiskey Wilson.
And the General's daughter.
We talked to 4. I almost forgot about Ashley. I'm sorry, Ashley. Nice to meet you. We're going to check out a video on the old internet. This is what is known as the internet. It's the newest big thing.
You got any songs on your MySpace? Yeah, there we go. He's got some songs up on his MySpace, too.
You got songs on your MySpace? We'll just go to that. Okay, myspace.com/what?
Billy Bill.
It's B-E-A-L-E.
Yeah, it's Billy, B-E-A-L-E. Bill.
B-E-A-L-L-E? What?
Yep.
What? Okay.
Like Beale Street.
It's telling me that you're not real. Okay, B-E-A-L-L-Y. Not
oh, no.
It's
Billy.
B-I-L-L-Y.
Is it Y? B-I?
B-I-L-L-Y, Billy. And then the last name's Beale.
Oh, see? How do you spell Beale?
B-E-A-L-E. B-E-A-L-E.
We found it.
All right.
MySpace.com/Billy Beale.
Yeah, play One Night Shoot.
Another sign. I'm an unlucky bastard with a misfired gun. Well, now I'll burn in hell for all time to come. Well, I sure know that heaven's when you squeeze my tongue. You can be a whole week's man. When you get a woman, make her go away. Go ahead, boy, and pull that trigger. Got to keep them people working, even them grave diggers. Well, now one man's pleasure is another man's pain. One man's loss is another man's gain.
Yeah, that's Billy Beale and the Whiskey Shivers, right?
Yes, that's right. Whiskey Shivers are me and my two boys.
Right.
That's Cody Castile on the drums and Jordan Hayes on bass guitar.
Down where I'm from.
Here, let's pause this. Now, you said you've been playing for 45 years. Yeah. It's obviously a blues influence.
Yeah, very deep.
Who were you listening to 45 years ago that made you want to start playing music?
Well, my dad was a musician, and he listened to lots of big band stuff. And then all the local guys from my neighborhood were blues oriented, Mississippi Delta type guys
right.
that hang out with my dad, and I heard them play. One fellow in particular, a fellow that my mama used to buy eggs from, he's an old black man, and he had one arm missing about right here, and he had a tin cup with a slide on it, and he would play slide guitar with that arm that he didn't have fingers on it. He taught me a lot of my early slide stuff and the open chord tunings and stuff. Called him One Wing.
Right.
My dad told me one time that he had wore his arm down to a nub playing slide guitar, and I made the mistake of saying that, repeating that to One Wing, and he's like, "What? You know, did anybody tell me that?" He kind of got upset at it. I think maybe it was.
Seem to be having technical difficulties here, real quick, on the video.
There we go. That's
it's completely
awesome,
frozen there.
I think it's that thing they sent over on the phone, dog.
Completely. You're not kidding, dude. The Skype.
There you go.
Whoa.
Frozen time. Will needs a shave, obviously.
That is amazing.
I think it's that little gremlin they sent through the phone. It's finally got here.
Huh. Oh, and it just came back on as you walked over here.
Yeah.
It's a power issue. We got some sort of power's not working. Yeah, don't move, Will. Okay, thanks.
Will is our new antenna.
Right. That's interesting, though, that you've been playing for that long, that your son is in your band.
Yeah, they started playing with me when they were like 13 and 15, and they even played the city here with me a lot. There were clubs that we played at that wouldn't let them stay in the club except for when they were playing. When we'd go on break, they'd have to go outside the club.
Right.
They'd let them in on stage to play, and then they'd go back out for the breaks. They thought they were missing something, but they wouldn't.
Definitely. You had a recording studio as well, right?
Yeah,
that's something that I have on my notes here.
Yeah, I had a recording studio in Warrensburg, Missouri for about a decade, for about 10 years. It was called Station Studios. And I was fortunate enough to be one of the guys that did some archiving for the Blues Society and recorded lots of Kansas City greats, like before they passed, like King Alex Littlejohn. I made a couple of CDs with him that came out on a European label called Black Magic. But they were actually recorded at Station Studios. And then I recorded Miss Annetta Washington, known around Kansas City as Cotton Candy. I got one of her last recordings. She made a really good album, Cotton Candy and So Many Men. Not to mention Eugene Smiley, Richard Townsend, just a lot of Kansas City elder black people that play blues. I recorded a good deal of them. I think my best year was I recorded 13 albums in 1 year, so that's, a little more than an album a month, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that's really moving.
It is. No, I know that is a lot. I definitely know.
That's from start to finish, recording jackets, finished product.
Wow. And so you've been living around Kansas City for
quite a while,
most all
my life. I grew up mostly around the river area. And as a child in a rural area, you know, that was real close to the river, I'm pretty close. I have lots of fond memories of growing up on the river. And like I was saying, One Wing and a lot of the characters that hang out with my dad, they were definitely characters.
Right. Well, you think Kansas City is a unique place as far as music goes, with our blues influence past? And
no matter where I go, I get drawn back to Kansas City, and no matter where I go, I'm proud to say that I'm from Kansas City. You know, I claim Kansas City as my home base.
Right.
I live over in the Hyde Park area in Westport, and it's a good neighborhood. I like it. A lot of them old houses over there have been refurbished, you know, back to their original content. And there's some really cool houses in those neighborhoods. I like the house I'm in real well.
Yeah, I've seen some cool ones over there for sure, man.
Yeah. Very
interesting that
a lot of them were built in the 20s. They're real deco-styled houses, which suits me just fine.
Now, back when you started in Kansas City, was it mostly blues that was being played around here?
Yeah, you know, I played in Kansas City in so many genres. You know, like in the 60s and 70s, the cowboy, you know, the hippie kind of thing was going on, where country rock was really popular. And at that time, the hot spots in Kansas City were the River Key, you know, which they now call the City Market. At that time, they called it the River Key area. And there were lots of good bands down there, like, and the bands even had names that fit that genre, like, you know, Judge Roy Bean's Bar, you know, and Matt Dillon's, and clubs like that were in the area. And we played kind of, in that time I was playing bass in a band called the Straight Eights. And we got the name, of course, from, you know, we played a lot of Straight Eights swing music. And it was a pretty good sized band. A lot of the fellas in the band are still around the city. Doug Sparling was a steel, saxophone, guitar. He kind of the utility man in the band, and he's still here in the city. He plays with a band called the Hollow Men, but I haven't seen him for quite a while.
Cool history information, man. Of course, I know nothing about the early days of Kansas City or back in that time, so it is interesting for you to inform me, and I'm sure anybody who's watching is interested to know more about.
One of the hottest spots in town was a place called Jerry's Westport Country Playhouse, and the name kind of says it all. You know, it was a bar that run a variety of music through it, but it was all honest, straight up rock and roll. Like the General was saying earlier, you know, music had a really quality to it then. You know, like I was saying, bands would play 4 or 5 nights in a row. One band would play the same bar 4 or 5 nights. And, you know, as opposed to 5 bands playing in one night. You know, I agree with everything he was saying about, you know, it's too easy for bands to get on venues now. If they would take their venues down to 2 bands or 3 bands a night, then there would be a stiffer competition to get those slots, and the quality of the music would, you know, naturally win over.
Right.
Your better bands would be the ones getting the slots.
Yeah.
And if a band wanted to get a slot, then it was like the General was saying, they needed to go back into the garage or the basement and polish their product a little bit more until they're, you know, ready, you know, because, you know, he's talking about a band should at least have a 45-minute set. Well, you know, I agree with that wholeheartedly. I think that a band, if they're going to call themselves a band, should be able to play 4 hours, you know, and not repeat anything. And that would be what I would call a well-polished band. I'd go as far as say I could play 4 hours and never, you know, I could probably play 3 nights of 4 hours and never repeat the same songs, you know.
Right.
But of course, you're always going to repeat some songs because they're going to be people's favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you've never been on the radio or anything, like over the years of me playing, just about anywhere I play, they will have songs of mine they'll call by name that they'll want to hear, you know. Sometimes people I don't even know say, hey, can you play me this? And I'll be like, sure, you know, I'd be honored to, you know. Just kind of flattered that they even know the title of one of my songs, you know, which leads me to believe they probably listen to it a lot to know that.
Sure. Now,
yeah, and in the 60s and 70s, the music leaned kind of towards country rock, but then in the 80s, I started playing more in just like a straight up rock, and we kind of moved away from rockabilly and country rock. And I was playing with a band called the Nace Brothers, and we were pretty, even in that time period, like a bar like Blaney's, we'd play there 3 nights in a row. Like play there Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, or Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, whatever the case may be. And like I was mentioned earlier, it was a club that you played for 5 hours. It was a 5-hour night, and that was more just like rock and roll. But even then, it was kind of blues flavored, and that was when I was really feeling the blues itch as I got better. And then after that, I formed a blues band that was around the city for a good 10 years called Dick Dangerous, and we were pretty much straight up blues band. Did mostly originals. And in order to get away with it, we would tell people, well, here's a song by Elmo James, and then I'd slide one out that used all the information I've ever received from Elmo James by stealing licks from his records, Because there is no new original blues. The blues are the blues. And the ideal is to take a groove which conjures up a feeling, and then you tell your story on that instead of repeating the story that someone out of the past told you. But chances are, if it's the blues, the content of the lyrics is going to be similar to what they originally were.
Yeah. You're emulating what you like.
Yeah. And I don't see it as pleasurism. I see it as keeping it alive. And I've done it now, and I'm hoping somebody comes along behind me and likes that genre of music in the Kansas City area to keep it alive. Because Kansas City's got more of a variety of music now than I've ever seen in my whole history of Kansas City. There's more different kinds of bands. At one time, Kansas City was, as far as being known, it was known for its blues and jazz. But now, you can honestly say that the Kansas City's known all over the country for metal bands and punk bands.
And I'm happy about that.
Yeah,
by the way.
The variety in Kansas City is bigger now than I've ever seen.
And isn't it a natural thing, though, following the blues, that it would end up being more metal bands around here than other things? Because Kansas City has such a blues-based music, and blues
I think if it's a true Kansas City-based metal band or punk band or rock and roll band, you will hear an influence of blues in it.
Sure.
Whether it's the lyric content or the structure of the song, the formula that they use, the format.
Yeah, you can't be.
It all kind of falls back to the blues.
Mm-hmm.
It all kind of is springing out of that, at least for the Kansas City area.
Absolutely. Now let's fast forward to now. Let's fast forward to Kansas City in 2009.
Yeah.
You were just talking about the metal scene is something that's up and coming. It's different around here. There's more diversity in the music and all that. We were talking about earlier about your internet experiences and how you're just now reaching the millennium.
Yeah.
Would you like to elaborate on that idea and
Well, yeah, I'm just now learning to navigate myself around to see what is actually out there for me. But for quite a spell now, people have been coming to my shows and they'll videotape me or something, and they'll put that on. I'm surprised when I get on there and look around at how much of my stuff is there, and I've actually put none of it there. It's all been put there by someone else. Right down to the MySpace place you were looking at a while ago, someone put that on there for me.
Right.
And I had really no say. I mean, I'm really grateful to them for doing it, and it's really a good site. It's been put together real well, but I had no really input into it other than it's my music and my pictures, and it's me, and I appreciate the people doing it when they do. I've got there's some stuff on YouTube, and there's some things that people have made, like at the bottom feeder. I think Colt Lackey recorded me just by myself playing slide at the bottom feeder, and there's some of that can be located on the internet.
I've got some recordings of you too.
Yeah, Will's made recordings of me also.
So you're well documented. That's good, and I'm really happy to be able to talk to you personally. I'm glad Jay hooked us up.
Yeah, Jay Linhart, he's a good guy too. I really like Jay. There's an army of young men and women that have come up like under my wing. I've done shows with them. I've gave them their first guitars or showed them licks or taught them things. And it's a I have a pretty loyal following of young people, believe it or not.
That's passing it on, and that's great, you know, passing on your craft.
Even like the punk scene here in Kansas City, when I play a gig, I get supported real heavily by the punk community.
Nice.
And I think they see the rawness in what I do, and
and that
kind of relate to it.
Sure,
there's definitely an edge to it, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely, you know, the I guess Johnny Cash, like, and that's something to
it's really
be proud
it's mine
of.
stuff, and it's new because I'm writing it now. You know, I've recorded. I can't tell you how many CDs I've recorded, dozens, and I'm still working on something. I'm trying to archive everything up into, you know, like a library for myself or for my family once I'm no longer doing what I do, and it's quite a task. As I start gathering stuff, like I said, I get on the internet and I find out I've got stuff that I didn't know I have, recordings I didn't know I have. Some of them are really, really good, and some of them are like, whoa, you know, was I drunk that night?
Had a few drinks too many that night.
Yeah, I do.
That's part of
I'm
the
not a
edge.
very
That's part of the
contrived
punk
person.
rockabilly attitude. You know?
I like the ideal of real, you know. If we're gonna party, let's party, you know. Let's don't, you know, stay sober and say we partied. Let's you know, burn it down and see where it goes. Sift through the ashes tomorrow to find out what the, you know, ultimate end to it all was.
That's badass. That sounds like our mentality now. So yeah, I can definitely see why others emulate you, man. It's a pleasure to be talking to you. It's a pleasure to have talked to you tonight.
Thank you for having me.
And we've definitely had a longer interview than usual to incorporate all the different things, such as the general and all the individuals we talked to, and then, of course, you and Will from Ape Hanger. Do you have anything that maybe we should talk about real quick, an ending sort of conversation?
You know, we got the September 12th show at the Riot Room, the big show that Wilson was talking about. That one's just huge. We're really happy to be a part of that show. You can't ask for a better lineup of better friends and better bands in Kansas City. And we've got October 30th, and that's actually going to be our last show for the year. We're going to go into the cave and hide and finish writing the rest of this new stuff, because we'll come back out next year and have a full, probably 12-song set or something, and a new album, ready to really tear it up next year.
What's your MySpace? I want to show the crowd who has been sitting here with us.
Yeah, that'd be / Minotaur Domain.
Okay, Ape Hanger, everyone. We've had Will from Ape Hanger with us tonight, helping to direct this interview, and
you can actually listen to our whole demo on here. It's been done since February, so we've got some new stuff coming up that's gonna smoke this stuff. But
so everybody who's been watching should check out Ape Hanger and Billy Beale, of course, because they've joined us tonight, and it's been a very interesting time. Sure, I'm gonna throw it right back to you, man. What's going on?
After the concert season's over this year at the Crossroads, there at Grinders down in the Crossroads District, then I'm going to be playing down there every Tuesday night this winter. And there's a beautiful little lady named Molly Barlow that's going to be singing with me. And if anybody don't have anything to do on Tuesdays, check us out starting in October, I think.
yeah.
Tuesdays starting in October. Where?
At Grinders.
Grinders, Crossroads, right?
Crossroads.
I love that place. This place is badass.
Drink, support a local music legend, man.
Yeah, they're awesome people there.
I know I'll be there.
Well, I'm glad to have met you, dude, and I think we should. It's fitting that we end this interview by watching a Bob Halloran video, who has been an inspiration to me in the past, and I find similar stories in you guys' past, and I bet someday in the future you will meet if I have anything to say about it. So we'll get you guys together.
Sounds good.
Hell yeah. And we'll end with that. And I appreciate you being on, man. It really has been a cool time, and I wouldn't have let the interview run so long if it hadn't have been a good time. So
thank you.
So we got it done. Thanks for everybody for tuning in to KC Anthem. I'm Mr. Smiley. Here, let me put my coat on here. Let's see if I can put my coat on.
Official now.
Yep. We're wrapping it up, everybody. I do thank you for tuning in. I'm sorry it hasn't been 4.5 hours. If you want to see 4.5 hours of me behind this desk, watch the Booze Hound special. It's definitely something to be proud of. It's a major deal. It's a big deal. History in internet TV. And we just had a new show debut the other night, which I guess I can go ahead and say what it is. I've been withholding this information for a while, but we did record it the other night with Jay. And it's Death Metal Chess, everyone. This is the new fad that's going to hit Kansas City and the world through the internet. So it all happened a couple days ago right here.
The Death
for the
Metal
first
Chess
time.
matches.
They're going to be brutal, people. They're going to be brutal. We're going to incorporate a lot of things around that idea. So I really do. I'm having fun doing it. And I'm starting a rap career, too. And we'll end on that. The rap career, and we're going to check out a song by Bob Howard, if I still got it pulled up. I don't still have it pulled up, so I'm going to sit here and flounder around until I get this pulled up. Thanks for watching, everyone. Check out our Facebook, people. If you're sitting there waiting for the show to end and you're like, what should I do? Check out our Facebook. Because it seems like the Facebook deal is getting bigger than the MySpace and all that stuff. It's terrible. Here we go. This is one of the first things we ever uploaded with 20,000 views, damn near. Bob Howard, 12-string guitar
I'll play a tune that was,
master.
it's a Rudy tune. Okay. So it's fun. So this is it. 12-string guitar.
Bob Holler.